All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and a long day of drinking here today, and that means a long day of reviews. This is some great stuff, though. You know, I never mind it when people walk in the back door that have a bag of wine, and all the wines are good, just like this last one. The Vintner Wine Group, which this is a conglomerate of different wineries that have been purchased by some big money people in Napa Valley. Leslie Rudd, the Sweeney family are in on this, and I think a few other people. But Clos Pegase, one of their newer acquisitions here. This winery, well, they own 365 acres in Carneros, and they were purchased back in August of 2013. This is Mitsuko's vineyard, and the winemaker hasn't changed. Not a lot has changed here, just an infusion of capital and hopefully some better marketing here, because these wines were always good. And this wine showing a really very crisp and refreshing style of Sauvignon Blanc here, these 2011, more challenging vintage. Some green melon and passion fruit on the nose with light grassy notes and a pepperoncini, spicy pepper note there as well. Really nice spice on the palate as well as zesty wine on the tongue with a savory, mouth-watering finish. A very good little Sauvignon Blanc. I've always liked the wines of Clos Pegase for $20.25. Sauvignon Blanc is a cheap date, even the better ones, 20 bucks. Sonoma Coast Vineyards, Chardonnay Gold Ridge Hills. This is a very cool climate, and there's only about 1,200 cases produced. And this is from two different vineyard sites on the true Sonoma Coast. You know, this appellation stretches very far inland, so, you know, they may come up with a new appellation, the true Sonoma Coast, which is actually out on the coast like this wine is. On the nose, notes of honey, kind of green apple, buttered toast. They make this wine at Girard Winery, which Girard Winery is now a warehouse in Sonoma. Leslie Rudd bought Girard Winery. That's now Rudd Winery. He's one of the partners in this group. This wine's got some lovely toasty oak notes on the finish, also with some bright lemon drop candy fruit, a nice touch of that lightly buttered toast, and a firm hand of acidity, something you get from cooler growing regions. Nice concentration and complexity here at 3150. Excellent juice. Clos Pegase Pinot Noir, Mitsuko's Vineyard up next from Carneros. And this is about 2,000 cases to production on this wine. All hand-picked, all at night, all, again, estate from their vineyards in Carneros. Very pretty nose here, black raspberry, red cherry fruit with a hint of fresh plowed earth, kind of exotic brown spices, and smooth and silky on the tongue with a nice hand of that spice. A little lighter style Pinot with a fresh finish, red berry fruit, all the way to the end. Excellent juice at $33.75. Then the Sonoma Coast Vineyards Pinot from Freestone Hills. And there's 5 different Pinots, I think he said they make here. This is a blend of the 3 different vineyards on the Sonoma Coast again. And this wine's got a good amount of spice to the nose. A bigger Pinot here with brown spice, fresh raspberry and cranberry-like fruit on the nose. Like I said, a bigger style of Pinot. You get some tannins even on the finish here. And Pinot Noir not known for its tannic backbone, but got lovely acidity, though, just like this one does. And a long layered finish, that spice and pretty floral notes showing through the finish. Nice length and complexity there. Excellent juice at $40.50. Then back to Napa Valley Clos Pegase Winery. Pegasus? Clos Pegase. Anyways, it's a blend of 83% Cabernet, 15% Merlot, and a little wee bit of Petit Verdot and Malbec in there. This 2010 vintage, a fairly cool year, and the wine shows that on the nose, being a bit more reserved in the fruit department, but really opening up nicely on the second day. Some nice dark cherry and dark currant fruit, some fresh proud earth, loamy notes, tobacco spice, dark chocolates. A big and chewy wine on the tongue with firm tannins, a good hand of acidity, and a long finish. That tobacco spice and loamy note shown all the way to the end. This wine is well built. It just needs a little bit of time. Showing even better on the second day at $45 a bottle. And then the Girard Winery, when Johnny McGee called me up, he goes, I want you to see the winemaker for Girard. And there's one Girard wine in the lineup. Well, I mean, he does make a lot of the other wines in this portfolio. And, you know, Girard Winery had a good name in the past, but once you buy the wine in the vineyards, what's left? This wine's all new vineyards, different winemaker, and still a nice wine, though. The Artistry, the 2011, even though it's a cool and difficult vintage from Napa, this wine will blend 55% Cabernet, 18% Cab Franc, 10% Malbec, 5% Petit Verdot, 8% Merlot. So all 5 of the Bordeaux varietals there. And This wine's showing a little of that green character that you get from some of the 11s, and a little bit of unripeness to it, but not too much. Still has a nice hand of currant and red berry fruit, some fresh, loamy, earthy notes, some herbs. A rather forward and easy drinking wine with that green note kind of on the end, hanging in there, but nice spice, and a little short on the finish, but has good complexity, and drinking nice already right now. Very good little wine at $42. And then the Cosentino winery, The Poet. This is a winery that struggled in Napa Valley with its identity because of the Zin, and one of its more popular brands. And The Poet, which is their higher-end Cabernet blend, you know, kind of didn't get the respect it deserved. This wine always very good, and they have about 30 acres that they bought with the winery there on Highway 29, but they still purchase a lot of fruit for this wine. And hey, Glenn Hugo, the winemaker here, knows a lot of growers. He's got a lot of good juice, so he's got a lot of places to put it. There's no way they're going to do away with, even though they have 500 some odd acres of their own or more, this group, they still need to buy fruit. Anyways, this wine got a good amount of that cigar box spice to the dark currant and dark cherry fruit on the nose. Fresh earth, dark cocoa, tobacco. Really nice complexity here on the nose for a 2011. This wine showing some nice ripe fruit, dark currant and cherry on the tongue with a firm hand of tannins. Drinking fairly well at the moment right now, but showing some dry tannins at the end. This wine you may want to give a little time. Hints of bitter cocoa also. An excellent bottle of wine at $48.75. And that's what we had to drink with our friends from the Vintage Wine Group. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.